Welcome to the Muscles and Veggies Fitness Podcast. Thank you for tuning in with me today. This is where you get nutrition, health, fitness, all perfectly packaged in a bite-sized podcast to help educate and motivate you to stay on your fitness journey. Today we are talking about progress, not perfection. I had a conversation this morning with a client in the gym, and I was explaining to her how much progress she has made just in the last week of starting exercising and starting to kind of change her nutrition. And she let me know that she had made some certain changes. And I was super proud of her for making these changes because we're talking about undoing decades worth of habits in some cases. So I wanted to kind of talk about this today. I think sometimes feel like to start eating and drinking a healthier lifestyle that they have to radically change everything and they have to completely flip their routine over on their head. But we can make some really simple changes. For instance, just changing out the beer that some people have every night with a sparkling water or a mineral water, right? What about changing out the ice cream with a chia seed pudding? Something like that, an acai bowl, right? What about changing out pasta with zucchini noodles? These are all wins. You see, these are all wins. These are all making nutritional progress. We're not striving for neuroticism and perfection. And I see that happen in the fitness space. Sometimes people will get so fixated on tracking calories and macros and all this stuff that they actually become neurotic. And that's unbalanced in the opposite direction. And that actually is what leads to eating disorders and things like that. The other thing that I think that it commonly leads to is yo-yo dieting, where you're tracking your macros, you're tracking your calories, you're prepping all your food, you're super diligent. And then you do that for a month or two and it becomes so monotonous and that you have one weekend where you're with family or friends and you eat bad, and then it's like you completely fall off for a month and you go the opposite direction. Now it's all processed food and ice cream and alcohol, and so it causes a yo-yo effect. Here's some other tips that I wrote down. Cut out snacking in between meals. Just not even changing what you're eating, but just cut out snacking. What about this one? Just stop eating after 7 p.m. I think one of my earlier podcasts was a whole podcast just on that. What about avoid eating out, getting dinner out, unless you're with friends and family. Don't do that on your normal routine, just you and your wife or you and your husband going out to eat. Wait till you're going out to eat with friends and family. You guys go home and cook a meal together and clean that meal together, right? These type of things are huge. Not only are they huge for our health and our weight loss goals, fat loss goals, but they're also huge for our pocketbook. And couldn't we use a little bit of that in the times that we're living in right now, where gas was just at all-time highs, food's higher than we've ever seen it, so on and so forth. But most important, we have to focusing on the wins. Focusing on the changes we have made. Yeah, we're not perfect yet. Nobody is, not even me. I have a lot still that I need to kind of dial in certain areas. My wife will back me up on that. But focus on the wins. Focus on owning your Monday through Friday. We talk a lot about that on this podcast, about Monday through Friday, I'm on my grind. Smoothie, salad, roasted, or fasting, salad, roasted, depending on what my day looks like. The more active I am, I may have a little bit more carbohydrates in the form of fruit or real whole foods. Depending on how less active I am, maybe I've got Zoom meetings all day, or I'm traveling on an airplane or a car or something. Maybe I'll just eat more of a low-carb ketogenic type approach that day. So it's all kind of hit or miss based on what our circumstances are for that day. But focus on the changes you are making. Focus on the progress you are making. Don't focus on, oh, I can't do this right. I can't follow all this. I got too many friends and family gatherings all at once. Look, he who fails to plan plans to fail. We have to put together plans. And for instance, we're talking about owning our Monday through Friday. Maybe when you head into the weekend, what does your weekend look like? Make a plan for that weekend. Do you have lots of get-togethers with friends and family where you know there's going to be a lot of bad food around? You may have to plan accordingly and prep food to take with you, or bring a dish to that event that's healthier, that you can eat more of that and less of the other stuff. Also, what if you got a weekend where you're at home? It's just you and the hubby, or you and your wife, or you and the kids, right? Maybe this is a good weekend to not go out to eat. Maybe it's a better weekend to like focus on a dish that you haven't dialed in or you haven't prepared yet. My wife and I constantly do this. We'll try to think of something. What do we want? What have we not had in a while? And we'll prepare that together. And it's something fun that we do. But most importantly, we have to focus on the progress we are making and not beat ourselves up for the areas that we still have room to grow. And I think that's really important. It helps us to plan accordingly. Maybe also part of owning your Monday through Friday is focusing on some sort of deviation in the weekend. So what does that mean? That means that to make sure that I'm nailing my smoothie salad roasted during Monday through Friday, maybe that means that on the weekend I purposely don't do my smoothie, and maybe I have gluten-free pancakes, or I don't know, something that's outside of the norm. And that way when I go back to smoothie salad roasted Monday through Friday, I look forward to it. I know it makes me feel good. I know it's part of being on my grind and accomplishing my day and having lots of energy, but also feeling good about myself because I know I'm making progress, right? No matter what, we have to focus on progress, not perfection. And paying attention to our activity level is part of how we do that. So for instance, on the weekend, paying attention to, am I real active? Like, do I have a lot going on? Maybe I'm working out in the yard, mowing and weed eating, working in the garden. I have a lot going on. Maybe I require, today's a better day, a day for deviation than a day that like all I did was my religious services and then I just kind of like laid around and watched movies all day. That's probably not the best day to have a deviation on the weekend. That's probably a better day to stick to a more our grind, Monday through Friday, smoothie salad roast. That's probably a better day to do something like that than it is. So pay attention to your activity level, because your activity level will tell you a lot about how to kind of structure your day around food. Personally for me, like my wife and I like to mountain bike, and so on the weekend, usually on like yesterday we mountain biked. Last night I had a little bit of coconut milk ice cream. I had gluten-free pizza that my wife makes with pesto and chicken and cauliflower, and oh, it was delightful. I enjoy that. Those are splurges for me on my days that I mountain bike and I worked out in the yard all day. I was real active. My body's going to use those extra calories and kind of get me ready to get back to training my Monday through Friday. So, but if I would have been like came home and done nothing all day, I probably wouldn't have let myself eat the coconut milk ice cream and the pizza and stuff like that, because that's a lot of calories that I really don't have anything, I can't do anything with that but store it on those days. So pay attention to your activity level. That's also important. Also, when it comes to progress and not perfection, there's a saying that I always tell to my clients that, look, like over the years, I've been doing this a while. Over the years, it's like people come in over the weekend. How was your weekend? Oh, great. We had such a good time, but I ate like crap all weekend, right? Look, we're always only one meal away from being back on track. So if you deviate on the weekend, don't beat yourself up with that. Don't come into the gym and think, oh, I have to get this killer workout because I have to punish myself for how bad I ate this weekend. Those are negative thought patterns. Those are negative association with exercise and workouts. And what we want to do is focus positive. You know what? I'm going to own my Monday through Friday. So I'm going to come in the gym, get a good workout, and then I'm going to get right to my smoothie, have my salad chopped, and then focus on thawing something out and roasting something for dinner. You're always only one meal away from being back on track. So don't let a minor deviation where you have a piece of cheesecake and a beer completely throw you off of what your long-term vision is, your long-term goals. Because I see that happen a lot, and I feel like, hey, look, the part of this is being resilient to bounce back from where we deviate and bounce back strong and positive. And I'm focused on my long-term goals, growing into my later years with longevity and health and a reasonable amount of leanness. That doesn't mean I have to have a six-pack every day or whatever, but that means that I'm looking at the long-term picture, and this is just part of that picture, and that means owning my Monday through Friday. Look, if you need a pep talk, feel free. Comment below, email me, reach out to me, DM me on Instagram. I will gladly, anytime you derail and you need a pep talk, I will gladly give that to you. And it's fun for me to do that because that's part of my nature as an extrovert coach. So also, if you email me, guess what I'll do? I'll attach you to my Thorn client invite, which means you get 25% off all Thorn products at the store. I mean, anything from your protein powders to your magnesium, any kind of minerals, vitamins. There's thyroid health, there's weight loss bundles, there's super greens powders. I mean, they got everything out there. And guess what? It's the best supplements in the game. The Golden State Warriors use Thorn.com. The USA Olympic teams use Thorn.com products. So there's a reason why they're triple certified, that they have what they say they have in them. Amazon is a scary place out there. We love Amazon because it gets us our stuff, right? But you can easily be duped on Amazon when it comes to supplements. So just throwing that out there, Thorn.com. Shoot me an email for a pep talk or whatever. Just say, I want to join your invite client list on Thorn. I'll give you 25% off for life off the store. Look, if you like these podcasts, you get something out of these podcasts, please share it. Take the time to go to Apple or Spotify and leave a review for me. Tell me what you like hearing. Tell me what you don't like hearing. And always share this with a friend or family member who needs to hear this or is also on a fat loss journey as well. With that, I leave you to your day. Thank you for your valuable time. This is Zach with musclesandveggies.com.